Hey, David here with Better Story Marketing, and we're going to take a quick walkthrough, kind of orientation to your marketing OS, which came with your Landscaping Marketing BrandPack. And we're not going to go into deep detail on any of the individual elements. One, because there's too many to do that in one video, but also because we have this nice series that onboards you and helps you know what you need to know as you need to know it, so you can get everything set up to launch and grow your business. All right, but let me give you this kind of quick walkthrough. This on the left is your marketing OS. As you can see, there's a nice little menu going down on the left here. But let's say if you clicked on marketing, there's a bunch of other options in here. If you clicked on sites, there's a bunch of other options. So as you can see, there's kind of this two-part menu that I just wanted to call out. So as you're trying to find things, sometimes people get a little disoriented at first, but then they get it figured out. Also down here is settings. There's a whole bunch more here. All right, let's take a quick look. I've already clicked on sites, so this is a good example that you can see here. Even though you purchased the landscaping brand pack, we do bundle all of these together. So you got handyman, landscaping, lawn care, and tree service. And the reason we did this is we found that a lot of the professionals we were helping them grow their business, maybe they're a handyman who also did some landscaping, or they were a landscaper who did some lawn care, or a tree service who did landscaping, or whatever. You know, they were doing more than one. And so instead of trying to figure out how to piece together multiple brand packs, we just decided to pull all of them together into one. So you'll see this type of setup throughout here where we've included the necessary content and tools for each type of business. If you're only doing landscaping and you don't touch these other ones, that's fine. This will be ready for you to use. If your single business incorporates more than one, that's okay. You can incorporate elements from both. Or if you run a landscaping business and a tree service business, they're different brands, they're different businesses. Actually, what's cool is you can host both businesses out of here without any additional cost, really. So we'll dive into that more, but I just wanted to kind of highlight how that worked. All right, let's take a quick look, though, since we're here in sites. Sites is where you'll find your funnels. These are where we're going to run promotionals out of. I'll walk through that more in a separate video. Also, this is where you will find the websites built for each business type that like everything in your brand pack is already done for you. It is ready to use, but it's also fully customizable. You'll see there's a bunch of other stuff in here. Some of the ones to highlight: forms. That's how we're gonna capture customer information. We already got some great forms built for you. Same with service and quizzes. Those are other forms. If you're making some print materials to use for your business and you need a QR code, here's an easy free place to make one. I get asked all the time, hey, where do I make QR codes? Well, now we got that as one of the features here. Okay, let's take a quick look at contacts, actually, because contacts is where your customer data lives, and customers are the core of a growing business. Now you'll see there's some pretend users and pretend customers in here. So I'm just going to click on Jordan, but and I'll dive into this more in depth in another video. But as you can see here, you can see a lot of information about this customer. You can tag them to organize them. You can see what automations they've run. You can see information from forms they filled out. You can also see any appointment history that you've had with them. This is a pretend user, so we don't have any appointments with them. But you can see, you will see your email and text conversations filling up here in the middle. You can take some notes. You can assign tasks to yourself or your team. You can attach documents, and you can invoice or send an estimate or set up a subscription. You can do all your billing. So this is really great because when you think about a single customer, you get a pretty comprehensive view here. But all of your customers and your prospects, they all live here, and you can use different filters to try and organize that and keep it clean. But really, these customers, they move through a pipeline, and we've built you a pipeline. Let's take a quick look at the landscaping one. Again, as you can see, we've got one for each of the different businesses here in our bundle. But someone starts out as a lead. Maybe they schedule a consult. You do an estimate, you send a proposal, you win that proposal, which bumps them over into now the work one, which is where you send an invoice, they pay the invoice, you schedule the work, you do the work. You send the final invoice, they pay it, you send them a survey of asking how you did, asking them to fill out a review. So again, we're trying to help you map out so that your business can run pretty automatically. All right, let's speaking of running automatically, let's look at some of these things in the marketing section. The social planner, this lets you connect your different social media accounts and schedule posts so that they, again, run automatically. We've actually built out 52 different social media posts, actually for each business. So if you ran some combination of all 4 businesses, then it's over 200 posts. And those, as you can see over here, those are in your social media template, because there's some things you may want to tweak, but it's they're visually designed and they have a caption to go with them. So it's a great starting point as you build up your social media content. This is also where you can manage emails that are going out in through campaigns that can be either automated or they can be one-off. And there's a bunch of other stuff that I'll dive into in a different video. But let's take a quick look though at automations. This is how we run a lot of your automations here. And as you can see, there's a bunch in here. I'm going to actually just refresh this, I think. Let that load. And there we go. And now they're all back in folders again. And so as you can see, we've broken them down by business type. And so here in the landscaping one, some of the ones we have that are, besides the appointment ones, we have a whole bunch of appointment ones that are all living here. But you can see we have one for when someone downloads your lead generator, follows up with them. For if they don't sign up, but you want to nurture them over time, we got that. If for after you complete service, to follow up with them, we've got those automations, as well as automations for, you know, a consult, an on-site estimate, and a service call. So there's a lot of things that help it run automatically. We'll dive into those more in other videos. Let me call out payments, because getting paid is a key part of growing your business. You can manage all your invoices. It's nice. It splits them out by what stage they're in. You can do estimates in here. You can do contracts in here. You can set up subscriptions. You can do one-off payments. You'll want to put all of your services and products in here. I'll show you how to do that. But you can also manage coupons. There's a bunch of powerful tools in here to manage that side of your business. And really, as you look at all these, what's awesome is like a lot of business owners, when they get started, they're hosting their website in one place. They're doing their scheduling in one place. They're sending emails and text messages in one place. They're doing their billing in another place. And then they're trying to get all that data together, and they can't figure out, well, where are all my interactions with that customer? This puts all of it in one place so it stays clean. You can be efficient, and you can close those new leads, and you can deliver the value that you deliver through great landscaping, and people become those repeating customers. The other thing I'll call out here is just AI agents. These are 2 that I want to highlight. Is a voice agent that answers the phone for you, sounds like a real human, can dialogue, discern what somebody needs, and if they can't quite get it figured out, they can forward the call actually to you. Or if they can understand, hey, they want to get a quote, they can schedule a callback, or they can schedule a appointment, because they can see your calendar, because we've set up calendars here in this calendar section. Same thing, this as a chatbot on your website, and it can do all the same things, but just in text format. Okay, that's all that I'm going to kind of run through in this section, but I just did want to call out, this is what you get access to, now that you've signed up. We've got all these wonderful videos to help you get everything up and going. We have links to all those templates that I mentioned for our lead generator. Again, these are already designed and done for you, but for some of these, it's like, okay, the flyer, maybe you want to put your photo on there rather than the kind of random landscaping dude that we put in there. Or same for the door hangers, the business cards, but you can customize all of those. And then if you happen to use these other businesses, hey, you get all those other ones in there as well for free. We have a marketing strategy that we've built for you to follow. So again, it's all here. If you need some extra help, you can schedule an onboarding session and talk to someone on our team. Or if you just got a question, you can always hit this OS help request. This just pulls this little form up and pings me and my team so we can help you get unstuck, get what you need so that you can launch and build your landscaping business. So that's what we're excited about. We're excited to help you do that.